If you're just joining, your boy Pyro here, and today we're checking out Converge's newest LP, Love Is Not Enough. 10 songs, 31 minutes, 10 seconds. I'm pretty stoked about this. I've heard 2 songs off of this, and I want to say it was Love Is Not Enough, and man, what was the other one? We Were Never the Same, maybe? Here, let me take a gander and take a look. Regardless, we checked out some older Converged, and it definitely was a little too screamo for my personal taste, but it wasn't like bad either. And then I heard these 2 new tracks, and I was like, actually, this is a little bit more up my alley. So maybe I can kind of go backwards from getting into them from their newer stuff as we go back. Not really sure. If you end up enjoying this album, please support the artist. They are going to be, they're on tour right meow. So look it up if you're interested and support them how you will. We Were Never the Same and Love Is Not Enough are the 2 tracks that I checked out previously. So this first track and the final track, which is kind of a cool idea. They dropped the first and the last. And I enjoyed those. So we're going to play through it regardless because I want to get the album as a whole. And see what's the highs and lows of the whole thing. So let's get it, guys. Okay, so what I loved about this track when I first heard it was that kind of almost hardcore punk in some of those areas that I've never really heard, I don't think, with that kind of screaming sound in general. Like it normally kind of sticks to its heaviness. And again, it was kind of just a cool twist for me. The vocals are a little much for me at times, but again, the instrumental is so groovy, and it almost has that metalcore vibe in the instrumental, or maybe it does have that metalcore vibe in the instrumental, where the vocals are kind of screamo. And then you have that hardcore punk bit. Yeah, that's a nice bit of flair, and it's just different sounding than a lot of the stuff I've heard. Let's continue to track number 2, Bad Faith. Okay, again, I'm seeing a lot, like there's the grooviness of metalcore here, with this kind of that, like almost in the drum area. I feel like maybe I'm hearing that kind of punk vibe. Interesting to say. And then you have the kind of chantiness of the vocals. Yeah, it's a nice solid mix. It's different sounding than a lot of stuff that I've heard too, which is kind of the thing with metalcore that kind of gets old for me. I've been listening to metalcore since like, well, I started listening to it probably 2012, 2013, and then obviously there was a lot of good music out in that category: deathcore, metalcore, post-hardcore. No way I caught up with all of it, obviously. In fact, I would say post-hardcore, the stuff that I have heard from post-hardcore was definitely the lighter, more like almost radio-friendly stuff. But metalcore-wise, I'm pretty, familiar with most metalcore. If you threw a band at me, I'm guaranteeing I've at least somewhat heard of them. And then obviously punk in the last few years, I've really divulged into that, and I'm loving that too. So this is just a cool mix of like all the combinations. District and Divide. All right, being honest here, again, the screaming is a little much for me, but the grooviness of the instrumental is really keeping me here. The lyrics, obviously, there was a lot of repetition, distract and divide, but complacency spreads as technology thrives, predation by proxy arming all sides. Contradiction infects those on the front lines, ensuring extinction in a matter of time. Wrongful truth, right lies. They live, we die. Wrong truth, right lies. They live, we die. Very simple, but it gets the old point across, you know what I mean? To Feel Something is the next track. I'm not really sure what just happened there, but my computer kind of jittered a little bit. I'm going to restart this. Go ahead. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That one was really nice as well. And I like the chantiness of this one specifically was really nice. And then you had that guitar doing its kind of had that nice little rhythm there. Very, very nice. We're coming up on the halfway point here. Beyond Repair is the halfway point, and we'll talk about the first leg of the album. Okay, so a little bit of an interlude track here, an instrumental. While I'm not a huge fan of instrumentals, so this is definitely not going to go on a playlist, I like the broodiness that it brings to the table. It really spices up the flavor of what we've heard so far on this album. But maybe we'll see how this next track is, but I might have liked that just slapped into one song, just because it would be a nice change of pace regardless. But again, who knows? So far, this first leg of the album is rather solid for sure. I think I'm probably in the good to great range. Let's go high sixes, which is my good category for the first leg of the album. Definitely enjoyable. It's one of those that's going to take a little bit to cook, though, for your boy. I'm going to have to hear it a few times. Let's go ahead and hit this second leg of the album, and then we'll talk about that, and then the album as a whole as well. This song is Amon Amok, which I believe means run amok. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that means run amok. Let's get it. I gotta say, in this album in general, I'm really liking the guitar, and the drums are also like in a really nice spot for me. The mixing and production nice. I like that this one's a little slower paced, though I expected something really brutally fast after Beyond Repair, to be honest with you. Not that it was bothered me by any means. Definitely enjoyed that one though. Force meets Presence. Ooh. Okay, this one actually might oddly be my favorite one so far. The double bass and then the guitar work here was gnarly. The vocals weren't as abrasive as some of the other ones, which is honestly the only thing that's kind of like taking me a second to get into. They were kind of in the background a little bit behind that instrumental, and I dug that for sure. Gilded Cage. Okay, so I really like this one as well. You got the dude kind of just talking almost like in a poetic manner over that instrumental. And then you just feel that burst of rage towards the end of some of his sentences and whatnot. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then you kind of the locked inside their gilded cage part was also nice. Some of the chantier parts, which is funny because a lot of the times repetition like that I really dislike in songs, but it's really working over the instrumental that they're laying out here. And man, those drums are just on fire too. Oh, make me forget you. Okay. That one's probably my favorite so far, I think. And this second leg of the album is fantastic. This one had a lot more punk rock energy. And then the drums again, just stealing the show for me. And it's not often that the drums really pop out to me, but man, they're just like in a perfect area. They're kind of a little bit in the background, so they're not overwhelming. I love the mix on this for sure. We Were Never the Same. Like I said, I've heard this one. We'll talk about the album after this track. Okay, guys, absolutely love that track. The pick up and go on that chorus is fantastic. The second leg of the album, I'm somewhere between 7s and 8s. Good and or great and superb. I really, really like the second like much better than the first. In general, let's talk about the album as a whole. They did maybe the cons first. The screaming was a little bit abrasive, kind of like that older Converge that I was kind of not belly aching, but it's just my taste hasn't quite warmed up to yet. Typically, vocally, I'm used to something a little more groovy when it comes to the heavier stuff. Not that it bothered me fully, but really that's the only thing I come up with that I didn't really care for here. The pros, the technical level here is fantastic. The fusion of hardcore punk and mathcore, which I am kind of newer to, and metalcore as well. Though I'm not new to metalcore, you got that grooviness in the guitars. The vocals are just like a wall of sound smacking you upside the face. The drums, like I said, they were just in perfect placement in the mix, and I really appreciated how they had that set up. The cymbals were nice, which is also kind of an odd thing for me to compliment. Weirdly, I don't know if I noticed a whole lot of bass on this one. That might be the one that I didn't really notice that instrument a whole lot. Regardless, the lyrics were also solid, especially on some of these end tracks. I really enjoyed those. If I had to pick a least favorite and my favorite, I'm gonna go Beyond Repair for my least favorite, just because it's instrumental. So that's kind of an easy one for me. I'm not really musically literate in general, so it just doesn't do much for me unless it's like Ren's Mackay, like where he's on a piano. It's gorgeous, but it doesn't. Instrumentals just don't really strike home for me. It's typically lyrics and the vocals, and the instrumental is honestly kind of a secondary thing for me, but it was well noticeable in this for sure. So the production, the mixing were fantastic as well. I don't really have much else I can add to this. What a banger of an album as a whole. Oh, where are we going to go with this? I'm going to go with a 7.2 on this. I think this is a great album. Very different than a lot of the heavier shit that I listen to, and maybe some areas of this might need a little warming up for me, but again, just the technicality of all the instrumental stuff to just very, very impressive. And then to still capture some of that like hardcore punk sound with a good production and mixing, that's kind of rare as well for me. I normally, a lot of your punk rock, it's very gritty, and the production and mastering, that's an afterthought, which, that's absolutely fine, the DIY aspect there. But this was really well crafted, and got to take note of that when you see it or hear it. Excuse me. So 7.2. Shout out to Converge. If you guys are a fan of Converge, make sure you support them. Looks like they're going to be live coming up here. Oh my God, they're going to be in Cleveland. It's not too far away from your boy. Chicago as well. If you have a little extra change laying around, you really, really enjoyed it, buy some merch. Buy your live tickets, whatever. If you're broke as hell like me, just do what I'm doing and share the music with your friends. I'm Pyro. If you're here on Twitch with us, hit that follow. If you're on YouTube on a later upload, you can hit subscribe and like down below. For those of you who want to request a song or an album, my boy Chuck and I do Patreon picks, so you can go down in the description and you can join the Patreon and pick songs or albums. And there's some other stuff too when it comes to like gaming on Twitch. So take a gander at that. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. One hell of an album here.